This is the OTB Network.
Hello everyone and welcome to this week's edition of Horses and Courses. I'm Jean Wood. We've had a busy weekend of stakes racing action and we're going to head to Florida first to begin our program at Gulfstream Park, where the first stakes race of the day on Saturday on a Stakesville day was the Orchid Handicap, a grade 2 for fillies and mares on the turf course. Let's head down to Florida, the running of the Orchid.
They're off. Awkward start for Ellie on the March. Good start for Snowdrops, who goes out for the front. Stormin' Dana and Honey Rider sit second and third. Pretty Jane and a 4-wide Brivieska are next. Brivieska is taken back off the pace by Jerry Bailey, but she's willing in 3 from the front. And there goes Pretty Jane with a big move at the top of the stretch the first time. She'll take over the lead. Ellie on the March now recovers after the slow start, and the early trailer is Longshot Coquinery. Manuel Cruz and Pretty Jane will set the fractions as they run into the stretch for the first time. It's Pretty Jane 2 lengths in front of Snowdrops in second. Stormin' Dana and a 3-wide Brivieska within 3 of the lead. Honey Rider is tucked in at the rail 5th and 4 lengths from the front. Ellie on the March had to check at the quarter pole first time around. She's had a tough go of it second to last. And Coquinery is at the back of the pack, 6 lengths from first to last. Pretty Jane is the leader into the clubhouse turn. It is Pretty Jane, and Cruz trying to slow it down, but Snowdrops will have none of that, nor will a 4-wide Brivieska. Stormin' Dana is just inside of her, and Brivieska is very wide at the clubhouse turn. Meanwhile, Honey Rider saves a ton of ground, and she's just inside of Brivieska. These two are 3rd and 4th, respectively, and only 2 from Pretty Jane, who is confronted by Snowdrops to the backstretch. Ellie on the March is still second to last and 4.5 lengths off the lead, and Coquinery has trailed throughout as they head up the backstretch. In the 42nd Orchid Handicap, and Snowdrops makes her move for the front. Pretty Jane comes right back at her through from the inside, and Pretty Jane reclaims the lead half ahead. Snowdrops alongside in second. Brivieska is 3 deep in third and 1.5 lengths from the front. Honey Rider has gotten by far the best trip. She sits 4th, 2 lengths off the lead. Stormin' Dana and to the outside Ellie on the March, and the trailer is Coquinery, 4.5 lengths from first to last, 3 furlongs to run in the Orchid. Pretty Jane and Snowdrops are 1-2. Brivieska's within a length of the lead, and Pretty Jane tough to get by at the quarter-mile marker. She's a neck in front of Snowdrops in second. Brivieska comes with her run 3 deep. Honey Rider's going to need a way through. She's 1.25 lengths from the lead. Ellie on the March is next, and they run to the top of the stretch, and Pretty Jane continues to lead. Brivieska to the outside. Honey Rider finds a seam, and here she comes. Ellie on the March runs a giant race. Ellie on the March, Pretty Jane and Honey Rider puts a head in front. Ellie on the March to the outside. Honey Rider, Ellie on the March. Honey Rider, yes! The 42nd Orchid Handicap goes to Honey Rider, ahead over Ellie on the March. Pretty Jane 3rd, Brivieska 4th.
Honey Rider, John Velasquez getting the victory here. A nice effort by Honey Rider, who was well placed throughout. A terrific ride by John Velasquez to guide her to victory over Ellie on the March. Pretty Jane rushing to the lead in the early going, setting the pace on the rail and weakening to finish in the 3rd spot. The winner, Honey Rider, is a gray or roan 4-year-old daughter of lasting approval from Quandos Quarry by affirmed, bred in Kentucky by the Wimborne Farm, owned by Glencrest Limited and trained by Todd Pletcher, ridden to victory by John Velasquez. Honey Rider completes the 1.5 miles on the turf at Gulfstream in 2:27 flat. We're going to head back to Gulfstream and go from distance running on the turf to sprinting on the main track in the ungraded $100,000 R-Tax Handicap, 7.5 furlongs for the older horses. Let's head back to Gulfstream, the running of the R-Tax.
They're off. Good start. Value Plus and Built Up show speed. Stockholder and Kennel Up are close up, as is Christina's Outlaw. Kennel Up shuffles back from between horses and drops all the way back to last. He's passed by Gygestar and Super Frolic. 3 of them up the backstretch. Built Up at the rail. Christina's Outlaw between horses, and Value Plus a willing 3rd. These 3 across the track. It's 2.5 lengths to Kennel Up, who recovers to race inside of Stockholder, a joint 4th. Gygestar just outside of those 2, and Super Frolic is between horses. Closer order into the far turn in the 4th R-Tax Handicap. Christina's Outlaw about to get the best of Built Up, but he's still got Value Plus at his throat latch in second. Christina's Outlaw just ahead in front. Value Plus threatens to run a big one. He's a length and a quarter in front of Star, who has advanced all the way up to third and a length and a quarter off the lead. Super Frolic split horses at the quarter pole, and Super Frolic has just taken second as Christina's Outlaw has dropped out of it. Stockholders just in behind the leading group, only 3 from the front. Then Kennel Up, and they run to the top of the stretch, and Value Plus takes charge. It is Value Plus off the top of the turn, now suddenly 2 lengths in front. Star is all out past the furlong marker. Then Super Frolic, Stockholder didn't go on, and Value Plus is running away and dominating the Artax. Star might get second. He will not beat the winner, Value Plus. Value Plus won by 4. Star did get second from Super Frolic in third. Stockholder finished fourth.
Value Plus finding some vindication here at an $8.80 mutual. A nice effort by Value Plus, who had been regarded as one of the better 2-year-olds in his season, having a disappointing 3-year-old year, but returning here with a very nice effort to beat Star as well as Super Frolic in a nice run, fairly close to the pace every step of the way. Value Plus is a grayer roan 4-year-old son of Unbridled Song from Rollover Baby by Rollin' On Over, bred in Kentucky by Just the Beginning Farm, owned by Aaron and Marie Jones, trained by Todd Pletcher, ridden to victory by John Velasquez. Value Plus completes the 7.5 furlongs out of the Gulfstream Park Chute in 1:28 and 2. We're going to head right back down to Gulfstream Park, back to the turf course, going long once again in the Grade 2 Pan American Handicap for older horses. Let's head to Gulfstream, the running of the Pan American.
They're off. Quest Star is sent for the front. European and Scooter Roach away second and third. Deputy Lad is between horses, but Quest Star made the lead easily into the far turn the first time. Navasink River and Stage Caller next, then Gili, and at the back of the pack, it's Art Variety. It is Quest Star from Scooter Roach, who puts token pressure on early, but it's Quest Star uncontested to the top of the lane the first time. He's a tight length in front of Scooter Roach in second. European secures a good striking position. He's third and a length and a half from the front, with Deputy Lad just outside and Stage Call tucked in at the rail. Navasink River is in and amongst horses, and he's about 4 lengths off the lead. Gili is second to last with 5 to come, and Art Variety is at the back of the 44th Pan American field as there's 1 left to run, and defending champion Quest Star is the leader. Scooter Roach is now a bit closer in second. Quest Star only leads by a head. Scooter Roach is second, then it's a lineup of 3, chasing those 2. Deputy Lad between horses, Navasink River 4 wide, and European, who saves a lot of ground at the rail. Stage Call is in the yellow, and he's 4.5 lengths off the lead. He's a half length in front of Gili, who has 5 to come, and Art Variety has trailed throughout as the tempo quickens into the backstretch. Quest Star and Scooter Roach are still 1-2. Quest Star 5 furlongs from the wire and a half length in front of Scooter Roach in second. No excuses for Navasink River. He's in a good striking spot, as is European, who's continued to tuck in at the rail. Deputy Lad is between horses and about 3 off the lead. He's joined by Gili, who will be 3 wide leaving the backstretch. Stage Call still has 4.5 to come, and Art Variety is now 10 lengths from Quest Star, who's still sharp going into the far turn. Quest Star is a fresh and fit length and a half leader over Scooter Roach in second. Navasink River is asked to go after the front runners in third. European continues to save ground. Gili draws within 3 of the lead. He passes Deputy Lad, then Stage Call and Art Variety, and they run to the top of the stretch. Quest Star is still there, 3/4 of a length from Navasink River, who has taken over second. Scooter Roach back to third. European at the rail. Gili's got to go, and he's on the move now, 3 from the front. They come to the final 16th. Navasink River confronts Quest Star. Quest Star tough to get by. Navasink River to the outside. Gili up into third. Navasink River's got it. Navasink River! Navasink River beat Quest Star. Deputy Lad rallied late to be third, maybe Scooter Roach for fourth.
Navasink River had another victory for John Velasquez and Todd Pletcher. Obviously a very big day for them, the biggest race of their afternoon yet to come. However, Pan American Handicap winner Navasink River, off of 2 very nice improving efforts this season, showing that he does have the quality to get the victory in graded stakes company on the turf, with a win over Quest Star, who was looking to win this race for the 3rd consecutive year. Deputy Lad, a solid effort to finish in the 3rd spot while racing close to the pace. The winner, Navesink River, is a bay 4-year-old son of Unbridled from Sheepscott by Easy Goer. He was bred in Kentucky by the Hermitage Farm, owned by Charmari Stable and trained by Todd Pletcher. Ridden to victory by John Velasquez. Navesink River covers the 1.5 miles on the turf course in 2:25 and 4. Next up, we're going to continue with stakes racing action down in South Florida with the Skip Away handicap, a grade $300,000, 9 furlongs for the older horses. Let's head down to Florida, the running of the Skip Away.
Skip Away, Spite the Devil is ready, and they're off. Euro Silver and Biblical Scholar broke well. The ladies' groom checked off heels and stumbled badly, and it cost him several positions. Meanwhile, Sir Oscar moves up to challenge. So Biblical Scholar and Sir Oscar will set the pace with pressure from Euro Silver 3 deep and 4 wide. It's Zakosity. Biblical Scholar did not corner well at the clubhouse turn, and Twilight Road is tightly in behind him. A marred first 1/4 mile of the Skip Away as they turn to the back stretch. Old Fonte and Tap Day are next. Then comes Unigold. No trouble for him because he's second to last, and Spite the Devil drops out last as they turn into the back stretch. It is Euro Silver and Zakosity. These two are 1-2 up the back stretch. Euro Silver a measured half length in front. Jerry Bailey places Zakosity in good striking position. The ladies' groom has agilely recovered after that early trouble. He races third and only 2 lengths off the lead with Biblical Scholar just inside of him. Sir Oscar tries to split those two, and he draws within 2.5 lengths of the lead. Old Fonte will be wide leaving the backstretch, but he's got some run for John Velasquez. Old Fonte is joined by Twilight Road at the rail. Unigold is next. Then it's 3 back 2, Tap Day, and the distant trailer is Spite the Devil, wide open, 3 furlongs to run in the Skip Away. It is still Euro Silver with Zakosity to turn up the pressure at the quarter pole. It's Euro Silver 3/4 of a length. No excuses for Zakosity. He's got every chance to try to gun down Euro Silver. Here comes Twilight Road to run a big one in the black and white. Then 2 back to Biblical Scholar. Old Fonte didn't go on. Unigold 5 from the front. Euro Silver, Zakosity between horses, and Twilight Road to the outside. Euro Silver very tough to get by. He reaches for the final 16th of the Skip Away. To the outside, Twilight Road. It's down to these two, and it's going to be a photo finish. Euro Silver, Twilight Road, a surge. Euro Silver has won it. Euro Silver wins the Skip Away over Twilight Road. Zakosity third. Biblical Scholar finished fourth.
Euro Silver returning to winning fashion here in a nice effort to win over Twilight Road with Zakosity. Back in the 3rd spot, Zakosity had been expected to ship to New York for the running of the Excelsior, but because of travel restrictions into New York as a result of the Strangles outbreak, he stayed in South Florida to pick up the 3rd spot behind a very impressive Euro Silver. Did have a little bit of a bumping trip early, but was involved right from the start, just lasting. And Euro Silver picking up the 4-1 victory is a dark bay or brown 4-year-old son of Unbridled Song from Russian Tango by Nijinsky. Bred in Kentucky by Buckram Oak Farm, owned by the breeder, trained by Carl Navsker, and ridden to victory by Javier Castellano. Euro Silver completes the 1 1/8 at Gulfstream in 1:49 and 1. Right back down to South Florida now for the Grade 1 $1 million Florida Derby for the 3-year-olds. Let's head to Gulfstream and the Florida Derby.
Into post number 9. They're off in the Florida Derby. BB Best and Mighty Mecky both sent along for the front. High Fly is close to the pace, and he'll sit third early. Then comes Vicarage, Poppy Chulo, and Wall Street Scandal are wide. Park Avenue Ball is next, and the early trailer is Evil Minister. It'll be BB Best to set the pace with High Fly and Mighty Mecky intently tracking second and third. Jorge Chavez and BB Best 3/4 of a length in front. High Fly is perfectly placed by Jerry Bailey, and the favorite is between horses. Mighty Mecky is 3 deep. Vicarage is tugging. He's 4th and 2.5 lengths off the lead. Noble Causeway sits 5th in the first part of it. Outside of him, it's the maiden Poppy Chulo, and they're both about 5 lengths off the lead. Park Avenue Ball has 7 to come. Then Evil Minister, 13 lengths off the lead. And if Wall Street Scandal wins the 54th Florida Derby, he'll make up 15 lengths in the final half mile. BB Best aggressive into the far turn. He's opening up his lead now. BB Best is 2 lengths in front as High Fly continues to track in second. Mighty Mecky is 3 deep in third. Vicarage, like his daddy 6 years ago, trying to win the Florida Derby, and he's about to take third. Here's Vicarage in the yellow cap. Noble Causeway is in in with a chance. He is 4.5 lengths off the lead. Park Avenue Ball's just inside of him. Poppy Chulo has 9 to come, and they run to the top of the stretch. BB Best is still there. He's about to be confronted by High Fly, who makes his move. BB Best just ahead in front. High Fly is second. Mighty Mecky races in third. To the outside, Noble Causeway comes with his run. Noble Causeway is 1.5 lengths from the new leader in the Florida Derby, and that's High Fly. High Fly to the final furlong. He'll have to hold off his stablemate, Noble Causeway. Nick Zito 1-2 for the final 100 yards. High Fly reaches. Noble Causeway can't get by him. High Fly wins the Florida Derby. He won it by 1.25 lengths. Noble Causeway second. Nick Zito 1-2. BB Best third. Park Avenue Ball finish for it.
High Fly getting the victory very impressively here. This horse had a lot of people questioning him after his last victory in the Fountain of Youth, and here gets the victory over the late moving Noble Causeway. Pace setter BB Best holds on well to finish in the third spot, but didn't appear to be any match for the top two. High Fly obviously has handled the distance now of 9 furlongs a couple of times, coming back off of an announced fever late last week to train well earlier this week. So obviously whatever had caused him some discomfort last week is clearly well behind him. High Fly is a chestnut 3-year-old son of Atticus from Verbasel by Sloopy. Bred in Kentucky by the Live Oak Stud and owned by Live Oak Plantation, trained by Nick Zito, who of course ran 1-2 here in winning his first Florida Derby, also picked up the runner-up spot as well. High Fly will now be expected to move 5 weeks forward to the Kentucky Derby off of this victory. Ridden to victory by Jerry Bailey, High Fly covers the 9 furlongs of the 54th running of the Florida Derby in 1:49.3. We're going to continue with stakes racing action now. Down south, we're going to head to Delta Downs, where on Saturday evening, their stakes feature, the Gulf Coast Breeders' Classic for older horses. Let's head to Delta and the Gulf Coast Breeders' Classic.
And they're off in the Gulf Coast Breeders' Cup Classic. All seem to come away well. High Strike Zone broke well. Excessive Pleasure is showing early speed. Brits Jewels is right along the inside, and Mach 4 up on the outside. They're being followed there by Wit Ante as they go through the stretch now and head to the main track. Up front, we got a 3-way battle for the lead. It's Brits Jewels along the inside. High Strike Zone between horses. Excessive Pleasure out there 3 deep. Mach 4 is going to try to come from just off the pace tonight. He's in fourth and about 3 lengths off the lead as they go past the grandstand. A break of 3.5 to 4 lengths back to Roar on Tour. Then comes Wit Ante, and your early trailer is Golden Glen, about 10 from the front after the quarter went in 23 seconds. They're rounding the first turn now, and along the inside it's still Brits Jewels, and just off the rail pressing is High Strike Zone. Those two are in a speed duel, and they're matching strides onto the backstretch. Excessive Pleasure in a good stalking position, racing in third. The half went in 46 seconds. Mach 4 still about 4 off the pace, yet to do his best running. Trying to come up the rail now is Roar on Tour. It's a break of nearly 4 then to Wit Ante, still reserved, and at the back of the pack, that's Golden Glen. He's starting to pick up his tempo now as they go to the far turn. The half in 46 seconds now. Here is that second turn. They've reached the turn and up front and with the lead now along the inside. That is High Strike Zone. But to the outside, here comes Mach 4. Dropping back in third. That's Roar on Tour. Golden Glen is gaining contact with the leaders now as he tries to rally while they come to the top of the lane. They have just over a furlong to go, and the target up front is High Strike Zone, trying to do it once again. Coming on from second now, Roar on Tour, putting in a bid. Mach 4 doesn't look like he'll get there. And back from there, that's Golden Glen. But coming to the finish, a late run by Roar on Tour will win the Gulf Coast Breeders' Cup Classic. High Strike Zone settled for second. Then it was Mach 4 and Golden Glen.
Roar on Tour and Brian Hernandez picking up the victory here in very high style, 29-1 victory to get up late over High Strike Zone with Mach 4 in contention throughout the early going, a little wide on the first turn and finishing up solidly. The winner, Roar on Tour, is a 5-year-old gelded son of Roar from Fatal Romance by Bates Motel, bred in Kentucky by Robert T. Gibson, owned by Lon Barone, and trained by Dale Angel. Ridden to victory by Brian Hernandez, Roar on Tour covers the mile and a 16th at Delta Downs in 1:46 flat. We're going to pause now for a brief message, and when we return, we'll be taking a look at stakes racing action from the Midwest and the Mid-Atlantic. Please stay with us.
And finally, in sports tonight, billboards in Kentucky, welcoming you to the horse capital of the world, New York. How's that? Well, it's a marketing campaign to get Kentuckians to rally behind their horse industry. Folks down in the bluegrass must be getting a little worried, a little squeamish, a little verklempt over the incredible achievements of thoroughbreds bred right here in New York. Hey, don't worry, Kentucky. At least you still have a Derby.
The New York Breeding and Racing Program just keeps getting bigger and better. In 2005, registered New York breds will compete for a record $45 million in purses and incentives. And speaking of records, last year, New York breds won 40 open stakes, including Funnyside in the Grade 1 Jockey Club Gold Cup.
Funnyside has won!
People from all walks of life, from all sports, are getting with the program. Shouldn't you?
Welcome back, everyone, to Horses and Courses. We're going to continue now with stakes racing action from sloppy Laurel Park. On Saturday, they ran the Smart Halo Stakes for 3-year-old fillies going 6 furlongs. Let's head down to Laurel, the running of the Smart Halo.
And they're off. Jet Set City away sharply. Missile Bay racing down to the fence. Loch Nessie third. Hanalei Bay and Flashy 3 and Race for Freedom in the back. Only 5 lengths separating first to last. So Missile Bay down to the inside, prompting Jet Set City on the pace. Loch Nessie, Flashy 3 quickly into contention, 2.5 off the lead. Race for Freedom in between rivals, and Hanalei Bay splashing along in last. Racing past the half, Missile Bay from Jet Set City by 3/4 of a length. Flashy 3, Loch Nessie, then Race for Freedom and Hanalei Bay. 3 to go. Missile Bay down to the inside, leading at a half length from Jet Set City in second, then Flashy 3 down inside third. Loch Nessie, Race for Freedom, got to do better, and Long Shot Hanalei Bay is the trailer. They're at the top of the stretch, 1/4 of a mile left to go, and Missile Bay from Jet Set City, who's set down on the outside. Flashy 3 still with 5 to come. Drifting wide is Missile Bay carrying Jet Set City, whether Jet Set City got her mind, though, on running once more. Jet Set City, Missile Bay, Flashy 3 down to the inside. They've got a furlong to go, and Missile Bay still drifting just a bit. Jet Set City on the outside trying to get to even terms. Flashy 3 is third with a 16th of a mile to come. Jet Set City drifting, bumping Missile Bay. Rough stretch run here. Photo finish. Jet Set City from Missile Bay. Flashy 3 third, and Loch Nessie.
Jet Set City away alertly and earning a nice driving victory after romping 5 wide into the lane with a very impressive run through the stretch under Steve Hamilton to pick up the victory over Missile Bay and Flashy 3. Jet Set City is a dark Bayer Brown 3-year-old daughter of Unbridled Jet from Talk of the City by City Dancer. Bred in Virginia by Sam Huff, owned by the breeder, trained by Hamilton Smith, ridden to victory by Steve Hamilton. Jet Set City covers the 6 furlongs on the sloppy surface at Laurel in 1:12 and 3. We're going to head next to Oaklawn Park and the running of the Carousel. Once again, we're looking at a 6 furlong event, this time older fillies and mares. Let's head to Oaklawn, the running of the Carousel.
And they're off in the Carousel. Dance to make that She's a Rebel 2, who broke sharply to the inside. Boston Express, save of the time right there. Dance Tune is 4th, and Code's Precious 1 at the back of the pack as they move down the back stretch. Jamie Theriot takes Boston Express out to 2.5 length lead, save of the time 2nd. She's a Rebel 2 just outside of her 3rd, Dance Tune 4th, and Code's Precious 1. They get the opening 1/4 mile in 22 seconds flat. Boston Express the leader by 2.5, save of the time, comfortably in 2nd. She's a Rebel 2 trying to keep up in 3rd. Dance Tune is at the rail 4th, and Code's Precious 1. Boston Express trying to go wire to wire here, leads it by 2.5, save of the time, inching up on her in 2nd. She's a Rebel 2 dropping back as Dance Tune begins to move up. And here they come into the stretch of the Carousel. The half was run in 45 seconds. Boston Express leading it. Save of the time, trying to run her down now in 2nd. She's a Rebel 2 and Dance Tune battling it out for 3rd, a furlong to go. Boston Express is tough on the front end, but here comes Save of the Time, not a challenge. And Save of the Time goes directly to the lead and begins to pull away. The favorite, Save of the Time, impressively pulling away to win it by about 3. Boston Express was 2nd, Dance Tune finished 3rd. Running time 1:09 and 2/5 seconds.
Savor the Time and Roman Chapa picking up yet another victory for the Steve Asmussen barn. This partnership has been dominant down at this racing meet. Savor the Time winning by 3 1/4 lengths as the heavy odds-on choice over Boston Express with Dance Tune back in the 3rd spot. The winner, Savor the Time, is a chestnut 6-year-old mare, a daughter of Gilded Time from Lovington by a fleet, bred in Kentucky by Runnymede Farm in Catesby Clay, owned by Brenda and Philip Robertson and trained by Steve Asmussen. Ridden to victory by Roman Chappa, Savor the Time runs the 6 furlongs at Oak Lawn in 109 and 2. We're going to continue now with stakes racing action from Sunland Park. On Saturday, they contested a pair of stakes races for the 3-year-olds. We're going to begin with the WinStar Sunland Park Oaks for 3-year-old fillies. Let's head to Sunland and the running of the Oaks.
Locked up. Okay, boss. Away they race. And a pretty good start too, showing out with Seas Irish in front of Dayglow Green, on the outside Pegasus Rose, and that trio sharing the lead at a fairly good pace. A length to Island Escape, lands with a lovely trail on the inside. Then Shout to the North Air Julie. Back second last is Bounding On, and coming off the inside, Merger Talk swept wide. Racing out in front is Seas Irish. Seas Irish the pace setter by a half. The grey Dayglow Green is up second, a length and a half away third is Island Escape, tucked up on the inside of Pegasus Rose, who goes forward back to third. And that group of 4 have got away. They're 4 in front. Then Air Julie. Shout to the North is 3 wide. Merger Talk second last, and the trailer is Bounding On. A flying first quarter, 22 and 4, but Seas Irish appears to be travelling pretty easily. And at the 5 furlongs, Seas Irish a half to Dayglow Green. Up on the outside, 3 wide is Pegasus Rose. Island Escapes had a tremendous run on the inside, just behind the leaders. A length away, Shout to the North. Then came Air Julie, Merger Talk, and 3 behind is Bounding On. A half-mile left to run, and Seas Irish hasn't been really tested yet. In second, Dayglow Green, Pegasus Rose stalks on the outside, edging forward now. A length away, Island Escape is pushed along a little bit, and as they start the run down towards the 5/16th, Dayglow Green pinches a neck lead. On the inside, Seas Irish, 3 wide, Pegasus Rose, they've got away. Running on is Air Julie. Island Escape is dropping off, and then Shout to the North. Racing for home, and Seas Irish on the inside, Dayglow Green the centre, Pegasus Rose the outside. Back in the hunt a bit is Island Escape and Air Julie. Seas Irish got away. Top of the lane, and Seas Irish a length and a half. Dayglow Green running a mighty race, then Island Escape. Pegasus Rose flat as attack, but Seas Irish holding them safely as they go past the 16th pole. Dayglow Green in second, but they're not going to catch Seas Irish. Seas Irish will go on and win the WinStar Sunland Park Oaks by 2 lengths to Dayglow Green. 3 away, Island Escape. In behind them, Air Julie and Pegasus Rose.
Seas Irish shipping down from Southern California to win impressively by 2 1/4 lengths on the front end, just about every step of the way, headed by Dayglow Green and 12-1 outsider before romping and putting that one away. A very impressive performance by Seas Irish. The favorite in the field, a little disappointing, Pegasus Rose. Pat Valenzuela in for the call, and she did run a stalking trip early, but was outfinished late to finish 5th in the field of 8. The winner, Seas Irish, a gray or roan 3-year-old daughter of Seas Tizzy from Zandalusia by Bold Ruckus, was bred in California by the Sea Punch Ranch. She is owned by Merv Griffin Ranch and Company and trained by Doug O'Neill. Ridden to victory by Corey Nakatani, Seas Irish covers the mile and is 16th in 1:44 and 3. We're going to continue with 3-year-old stakes racing action at Sunland now with the WinStar Derby, $500,000, 9 furlongs in ungraded company. Let's head back to Sunland and the WinStar Derby.
Racing in the WinStar Derby, and Dover Deer balked at the start and missed it slightly, and Riverman Jack and Thor's Echo won the break, and it's Thor's Echo a slender lead over Riverman Jack, a length and a half to Southern Africa, going up to be third on the outside of Cajun Pepper. On the rail, Dover Deer 2 lengths away is Sorted Out, second last early is Quiet Money, and the early trailer is Tudor Needed. Thor's Echo in front, about a half a length clear, ran a bit wide out the stretch, and in second Cajun Pepper forced deeper, and Southern Africa is out 4 deep. Getting up to second though is Dover Deer. Back in behind them is Riverman Jack. A length and a half away is Sorted Out, who's third last early on from Quiet Money, and the trailer is Tudor Needed. Racing in the lead though, it's Thor's Echo, but Southern Africa's intent on being right up on the long side. Thor's Echo's not going to have a soft lead. Southern Africa's breathing down his neck, and Southern Africa just a neck away in second, placing a length and a half to Dover Deer. Cajun Pepper is fourth. Tudor Sorted Out has started to come into the race. A break of 3 to Riverman Jack is dropping out, being passed by Quiet Money, and last is Tudor Needed. Southern Africa's taken Thor's Echo on very early. A half mile to run, and they're stride to stride. Thor's Echo the inside and Southern Africa the outer. A length and a half to Dovidier, trying to stay with these two leaders. Then Cajun Pepper and Sorted Out ducks up on the inside. Southern Africa just in front. They race along to the 5/16ths, and Southern Africa on the inside. Thor's Echo. They've had the race between them. Dovidier's made a bid, has got a length behind, and 2.5 away is Sorted Out. Racing past the quarter in the Windstar Derby. It's been a match in two. Thor's Echo, Southern Africa, stride to stride as they turn. Southern Africa on the outside. Thor's Echo the rail. Now running on is Sorted Out back in third, but Thor's Echo just led. Southern Africa on the outside, knuckling down again. Thor's Echo and Southern Africa. It's a test of stamina, and Sorted Out is gaining late. Southern Africa, Thor's Echo and Sorted Out in behind them. Thor's Echo's back in front. Southern Africa in second, then Sorted Out, but it is Thor's Echo's day. Thor's Echo a length. Southern Africa second, Sorted Out third, and then came Dovidier.
A nice effort by Thor's Echo to pick up the victory over the favored Southern Africa, who was making up ground, grinding away at him late, but fell short by about a length. Another half a length or so back, it was Sorted Out, rallying from off the pace under Pat Valenzuela to improve off of his performance last time out in the Louisiana Derby. The winner, Thor's Echo, is a chestnut 3-year-old gelded son of Swiss Yodeler from Helen of Troy by Mr. Integrity. He was bred in California by the Fast Lane Farm in Block and Foreman, owned by Royce S. Jamie Racing Stable and Suarez Incorporated, trained by Doug O'Neill, who certainly made it worth his while to ship down to Sunland for the afternoon with a couple of nice 3-year-olds. Thor's Echo completes the 9 furlongs at Sunland Park in the Windstar Derby in 149-2. We're going to head now to Northern California. Stakes racing action on Saturday from Bay Meadows. The Woodside Handicap, $55,000 for older fillies and mares. Let's head to Bay Meadows in the running of the Woodside.
And there they go, and Born to Dance broke very aggressively. She's out for the lead. Running into second is Yerevan Star. Heavenly Humor was away sluggishly. She's going to find herself off the pace this afternoon. Third with 2.5 to make up. She's half a length in front of Lewis at the Beach House. And then we've got Awesome Lady to the extreme outside. Pusha Sako is traveling comfortably at the tail with about more than 4 to make up. Yerevan Star claims the lead from Born to Dance. The margin's almost a length. In third race is Heavenly Humor, and Awesome Lady is to her outside. Awesome Lady in the clear with 3 to make up near the 3 furlong marker. It's more than a length and a half to Pusha Sako. She continues to travel comfortably from the inside. Pusha Sako well within herself, and she's gaining on the leaders. At the back races Lewis at the Beach House. Final quarter of a mile, and it's Yerevan Star and Born to Dance. Now Heavenly Humor is off the rail, and she wants to be a player. And here they come into the stretch of the MOC Insurance Services Woodside Handicap. It's Yerevan Star with the lead. Heavenly Humor means business to the outside, and Pusha Sako up the rail. Yerevan Star keeps on running. Here comes Heavenly Humor, and Pusha Sako up the rail. Here's the wire, and here's Heavenly Humor. Heavenly Humor front and center in the MOC Insurance Services Woodside Handicap. Pusha Sako for second, and Yerevan Star settled for third.
Heavenly Humor and Russell Bays. Nice effort here by half a length. Close finish over Pusha Sako, not very far back, just ahead back to long shot Yerevan Star, the early pace setter, who held on well to finish third. The winner, Heavenly Humor, is a 4-year-old bay filly, a daughter of Distorted Humor from Call from Heaven by Phone Trick. Bred in Kentucky by John Franks, owned by Jerry Hollendorfer and Jerry Chemgatchian, trained by Jerry Hollendorfer and ridden to victory by Russell Bays. Heavenly Humor runs the 6 furlongs at Bay Meadows in 109-2. We are going to pause now for one more brief message. When we return, we've got stakes racing action from Southern California, New York, and a special overseas feature. Please stay with us.
This year, many thoroughbreds, no longer able to compete, join the ranks of racing's homeless. Since 1982, the Thoroughbred Retirement Foundation and its supporters have been providing help and hope for those in need, creating opportunities where once there were none. The TRF, together with the racing industry, is meeting the challenge, taking care of their own. Yesterday's innovative concepts, combining the TRF's rescue mission with educational and rehabilitation goals, have become today's life-saving success stories and a track record of unsurpassed growth. Safely retired thoroughbreds are now enjoying second careers, bringing responsibility, healing, and purpose to the lives of those who need it most. With your help, we can continue our saving mission, ensuring many more horses the welcome home they so richly deserve.
Welcome back, everyone, to Horses and Courses. We're going to continue now with Southern California racing, beginning with the Santa Paula, an ungraded $75,000 stakes race for 3-year-old filly sprinters. Let's head to Santa Anita, the running of the Santa Paula.
Where they go. All came out well. Coastal Strike from the outside gate. No Bull Baby's very fast as well, Inspiring in the gold cap right there, and Leave Me Alone in the red. Here comes Hello Lucky quickly down at the rail. They're flying early on. She's a Jewel content to drop back last. Only 4 lengths off the leaders. 5/8 to go, and No Bull Baby on the inside, Inspiring between them, and Coastal Strike on the outside. They've been followed by Hello Lucky. Leave Me Alone is back second last, but only giving them 4 length start and 1.5 lengths to She's a Jewel. Less than a half mile to go now, and No Bull Baby going clear by a length. Inspiring second. Coastal Strike on the outside. Hello Lucky's losing ground fast down at the rail. Been passed now by Leave Me Alone. She's a Jewel has dropped far back. She's 12 off them. 1/4 mile to go, and here comes Inspiring with a big run at No Bull Baby, and Inspiring now taking the lead on the outside. No Bull Baby tough, though. She's not throwing in the towel. She's coming right back at her. These two in their own private little match race here. No Bull Baby on the inside, Inspiring right up alongside. These come through the lane together. No Bull Baby staying on better than Inspiring with a late run now. Leave Me Alone, but No Bull Baby gonna take the Santa Paula. No Bull Baby, Leave Me Alone ran on for second, Inspiring third, and Coastal Strike was fourth.
No Bull Baby and Victor Espinoza picking up the victory here. It's the 3-1 second choice in the wagering by 2 lengths over Leave Me Alone. Favorite in the field, Inspiring, back off of a layoff. She was one of the best early 2-year-old fillies out in California last year before we had ever even heard of Sweet Cat of Mine. Everybody was talking about Inspiring. She did return off the layoff with a solid effort. I would imagine that she will probably move forward off of this good try. The winner, No Bull Baby, is a 3-year-old bay daughter of Indian Charlie from Slumgullion by Conquistador Cielo. Bred in Kentucky by Hal Earnhardt, owned by Patty and Hal Earnhardt, trained by Bob Baffert, ridden by Victor Espinoza. No Bull Baby covers the 6.5 furlongs in 1:15 and 3. We're going to head right back to Santa Anita now and the running of the Grade 3 Tokyo City Handicap. $100,000 on offer. We've got 4-year-olds and up. Let's head back to California for the Tokyo City.
And away they go. They all broke in a good line. Super Blitz looks like he wants the lead. He's sent along on the inside, but Ender's Shadow in the white blinkers right up alongside of him. On the inside's Kukuza, then comes Outer Here, who's now going up to take second, and on the outside is That's an Outrage. They go into the first term. Ender's Shadow's the leader, and now Super Blitz is taken to between horses and goes to turn the pressure on. Outer Here on the outside. 3 of them keep the pressure on one another up front. Skakuza at the rail is only 2 lengths off them, and at the back is That's an Outrage. They run past the 3/4 pole, and Ender's Shadow's now gone clear by a length. Right there second comes Super Blitz. Outer Here is in third. Down at the rails, Skakuza in fourth. Only 3.5 off this leader. That's an Outrage as last. All riders happy with their position. Doesn't look like there's going to be a change down the back stretch. It's still Ender's Shadow, 3 parts of a length. Super Blitz in second. Outer Here is third. Down at the rail comes Skakuza in the 4th spot. Now 4 off that leader, and That's an Outrage as last. They've run past the half-mile pole. Ender's Shadow just over a length now to Super Blitz. Outer Here is asked to pick it up on the outside. Skakuza down at the rail. That's an Outrage, has 5 to make up. They come for home, and it's Ender's Shadow, but Super Blitz is now breathing down his neck in second, and Super Blitz now comes looking for the lead. Ender's Shadow's got to find more. Outer Here is third. Behind that, That's an Outrage. Skakuza dropped out. Top of the lane, and Super Blitz gets a tap on the shoulder and has to go, and he does so willingly. Ender's Shadow running his heart out, but he's just no match for Super Blitz today. And from here on in, it's just a matter of how far Super Blitz, in an awesome performance under Victor Espinoza, romps in the Tokyo City Handicap. Outer Here gets up second, then Ender's Shadow. Behind that, Skakuza, and That's an Outrage.
Super Blitz picking up a victory here. A little bit of an equipment change for him. Got the blinkers added, and it seemed to work very nicely with a 3-length victory over Out of Here, Ender's Shadow, another length back in the 3rd spot. The winner, Super Blitz, is a dark Bayer Brown, 5-year-old son of Mecky from Boots and Jackie by Major Moran. He was bred in Florida by BB Stables and Equator Incorporated, owned by Black Saddle Stable, Kegley Brothers and Mark Lieb, trained by Doug O'Neill, who had a terrific weekend in Southern California as well as parts elsewhere. Ridden to victory by Victor Espinosa, Super Blitz covers the mile and an eighth at Santa Anita in 1 minute 48 and 4. We're going to head back to Santa Anita now, and Sunday's stakes feature older sprinters in action in the Potrero Grande Breeders' Cup. This is a $200,000 6.5 furlong dash. Let's head back to California. Trevor's call of the Potrero Grande.
Away they go to a perfect start. Hasty Chris in the white is away well. Saint of Fleet in the green colours quick as well. Perfect Moon one from the rail and One Bad Shark at the rail. Those two now kick on. Then we come back to Ice, Wind and Fire the Grey, 4 lengths off these leaders. Jungle Prince is back 3rd last. Then Russian to Alter, and at the back is Harvard Avenue, a good 14 off this leader. They run to the half-mile pole, One Bad Shark at the rail, Perfect Moon right up alongside. Outside of that, Saint of Fleet, Roi Shamara close up 4th. Ice, Wind, Fire is now 5 off the leaders. On the outside, Hasty Chris starting his run now. Jungle Prince at the back of the leading group has 7 to make up, and then a big gap is 6 to Russian to Alter, and Harvard Avenue last by 5. They come into the quarter pole, One Bad Shark, Perfect Moon, Saint of Fleet, Roi Shamar. Ice, Wind, Fire's got to do better. Jungle Prince tries to run on. Hasty Chris is battling today, just didn't fire. Hasty Chris is gone. Rushing to Alter, tries to get involved late. Homeward bound, and Perfect Moon gets the lead, but yes, Rushing to Alter, and Rushing to Alter, he's got the pink sleeves and he's absolutely flying. Perfect Moon Rushing to Alter switches course on the extreme outside. Harvard Avenue coming out of nowhere. Harvard Avenue like a rocket to outrun Rushing to Alter, and Harvard Avenue wins it. Rushing to Alter 2nd, Rashomar was 3rd, and Perfect Moon 4th.
Harvard Avenue taking advantage of the blistering pace up front, partly set by one of his stablemates, Perfect Moon. He got the perfect setup to rally from last to first, a half a length victory over Russian to Alter, who also made a nice bid from well off the pace, Roy Charmant, who sat fairly close to that sharp early pace, one of the few to stick around for the latter part of this very quickly run sprint. Harvard Avenue picks up his first graded stakes victory here at the age of 4. He is a dark Bayer Brown, gelded son of You and I from Carrie Can by Saratoga 6. Bred in Kentucky by Ron D. Crockett Incorporated. Owned by the breeder, trained by Doug O'Neill, and ridden to victory by Garrett Gomez. Harvard Avenue completes the 6.5 furlongs at Santa Anita in 1 minute 16 flat. We're going to head back east now, and New York racing is continuing to heat up with the Excelsior Breeders' Cup Handicap for older horses. This year, of course, not quite as big an event. Last year, we had the return to New York of Funny Side in this event. Nonetheless, a very good race for older horses running for $200,000. Let's head to New York and the call of the Excelsior.
They're racing in the Excelsior, and Awfully Wild had a great break, but Rogue Agent will be sent to the front. Then Coastline and Cuba from the inside, and Country Be Gold is last early as Rogue Agent leads the way into the clubhouse turn. It's Rogue Agent in front, Coastline a bit wide, second on the outside, and Awfully Wild is running in between horses in third with Cuba just to his inside, 2.5 lengths from the front. It's 6 lengths back to Country Be Gold, who trails as they head to the backstretch. Rogue Agent ran a quarter in 24 2. It is now isolated on the lead. He's in front by about 2. Coastline is running in second. Awfully Wild allowed to settle in third. He's now 3.5 lengths off the lead, and Cuba's right behind him. It's 5 lengths back, and Country Be Gold trails halfway up the backstretch. It is Rogue Agent in front by 2. Coastline continues to track in second. Awfully Wild third down at the fence, and 4.5 lengths off of Rogue Agent. Then comes Cuba, who's got 5.5 lengths to make up, and the trailer continues to be Country Be Gold, about 10 lengths from the leader. A 48.5 mile into the far turn. Rogue Agent continues to show the way by a length and a half. And then it's Coastline on the outside. Awfully Wild is getting closer now. He's down at the rail in less than 2 lengths from the front. Cuba is fourth, and then comes Country Be Gold. Rogue Agent is going to try to take him the distance here. He ran 3/4 in 1:12.3 and hugs the rail, but Awfully Wild has now been switched to the outside, and Awfully Wild runs right by, and he starts to take off. Awfully Wild is in front by 2. Cuba has moved into second on the outside. And then comes Rogue Agent. Coastline has dropped back to last. It is Awfully Wild by the 16th pole, 5-6 lengths out in front. And Awfully Wild will be an impressive winner of the Excelsior. Rogue Agent came back, held on for second, and Cuba finished third.
Awfully Wild returning to winning form with a nice victory here. Certainly turning the tables on Coastline, who apparently didn't handle the slop as well as might have been expected. He finished a rather disappointing 5th and last in the field, but Awfully Wild, who was an extremely good 4-year-old last year before going to the sidelines after a big effort in the Mass Cap, returns with a victorious effort. 8 romping lengths the better of Rogue Agent, with Cuba, the long shot in the board, at 14-1, picking up the 3rd spot. The winner, Awfully Wild, is a 5-year-old dark bay or brown son of Wild Again from Alvear by Seattle Slough. Bred in Kentucky by Dorothy A. Matz and owned by the AZ Azalea stable, trained by Richard Dutrow Jr. and ridden to victory by Rafael Bejarano. Awfully Wild completes the mile and an eighth at the Big A in 1:50.2. We now have a special overseas feature, and I would like to thank Dick Powell for getting a copy of this race for me. We have an historic race coming up next. We're going to head back to Sunday, and we're going to go as far away as we possibly could. We're going to the Sha Tin race course in Hong Kong for an historic event, as we're going to take a look next at the Chairman's Sprint Prize, a very important 6-furlong sprint on the grass, as we're looking to see if Silent Witness can run his record to 16 for 16. Let's head to Sha Tin and take a look at the Chairman's Sprint Prize from Sunday.
They're away. Tiber hit the gates well. Crowd roars. Silent Witness well, but he's rushed to get over Figures. Natural Blitz, they're going to let him run. He's best out. Able Prince outside them. Silent Witness deep, looking for a hold. He's going to get in. Scintillation booting through behind them from Tiber, Planet Ruler, Gem of India. Multi-Dandy off the speed. Cape of Good Hope, Special King, Prawn Country Music. Meridian Star second last, and Electronic Unicorn off the bridle. Awkward last of all. 800 to go. Natural Blitz leads by 1 to Able Prince, Scintillation, and parked in third right behind the speed is Figures. New Roll, Silent Witness off the leaders from Tiber, Multi-Dandy deep. Planet Ruler, Country Music, Cape of Good Hope, Gem of India. Then Meridian Star, Special King, Prawn, Electronic Unicorn is last on the corner. Natural Blitz, Able Prince, Silent Witness angles out, comes on. They roar for him. Scintillation to the inside, Multi-Dandy. Figures, Tiber battling on. Silent Witness is cantering. Runs up to the lead of the 200. Natural Blitz, Able Prince. Tiber's chasing hard. Cape of Good Hope, Multi-Dandy further back, 200 to go. Silent Witness runs away. Tiber trying to go with him. Silent Witness in front. Think of the great ones. Rebo, 16 straight, never beaten. He's amongst the best.
And he was able to do it in an historic effort. Silent Witness running his record to a very impressive 16 for 16 in a canter, as they say, over Tiber. Cape of Good Hope also making up good ground in this very nicely run sprint race at Sha Tin to finish third. But Silent Witness has continued to impress all who have seen him and certainly defeat all who have challenged him. Silent Witness is owned by Archie De Silva, trained by Tony Cruz, ridden to victory by Felix Coetzee, who I believe is of South African ancestry, covering the 6 furlongs on the turf in historic fashion. In fact, tying the record 108-2. Again, a special thank you to Dick Powell for getting a copy of that race from Sha Tin for us here on the network. It certainly was not something that was easy to do. It was run at a rather difficult time in the middle of the night, Saturday night our time, but we certainly appreciate the effort in copying that tape for us and certainly getting it to us here on time. That's going to wrap up this week's edition of Horses and Courses. Thank you very much for joining us. We hope you'll be able to join us next week as we take a look at stakes racing action from around the country. Until then, I'm Jean Wood. Have a great week at the races.